After an in-game week, we have traded 2 Mycon egg cases for a Rosy Sphere, as well as a Druge Mauler. I am waiting to accumulate yet more alien acquaintances, allies, and foes before I dedicate an entire episode to Super Melee action, so you may see these vessels interact with one another instead of me just pounding them down with the flagship. The Crimson Corporation is mighty and considerable, but we are done with the Druge at this time. We're going to be meeting someone else new in this episode. I am curious to see how they appear in the HD MEGAMOD. I am also curious to relive how they sound. By the way, there's the Druge Sphere of Influence, truly the vast reach of the Mega Corporation. Manifest, devices, quasi-portal. Near Centauri, but we will not be heading back to Sol. Like I said, someone new. We're heading for Delta Gorno. We're going to hunt for the Shofixti, the non-cryogenically frozen Shofixti. There may be others spread out there in the galaxy that we don't know about that aren't rendered in this video game. The Melnorme told us about how we might revive the Shofixti race. We were directed to Delta Gorno, as well as provided instructions on how to treat the individual or individuals encountered there. I believe he can be orbiting any planet, so I'm just going to start looking. You might as well come along with me. He could spring up at a moment's notice. I make it sound like he's going to leap out at me like a planet in Super Melee. No, his ship ain't that fast. Yoo-hoo. Nope. How about Planet 1? Nope. Though that is the Shofixti homeworld. You might have seen the name up there and placed the coordinates. There you are. Bastard. Get over here. These interactions are going to be tedious enough as it is.
Attention, huge alien vessel. Though most of my sensory instruments are malfunctioning, my mass indicator shows the huge size of your vessel, revealing you are none other than a disgusting Ur-Quan slime wad. I am the glorious Shofixti warrior, Tanaka. You killed my father, my mother, my many brothers, all 6 of my sisters. In fact, my entire species. Prepare to die.
Okay. So, first off, I want to say, I like how the HD MEGAMOD has a look. Nice. The font imposed over this, not so much. Difficult to read. Now, the speech, the mannerisms, the nomenclature. Some of you are going to find that more offensive than the Araloo or the Ors have been. Or the Ur-Quan, for that matter. Are we dipping our feet into water? Like, what is happening with the music? Alright. Well, Melnorme purchased information has not led us astray thus far. No one insults us like that, you toothless, piebald, impotent roof rabbit.
You rip, bloodless sack of decaying flesh, Ur-Quan. You die. Die!
The Yehat uplifted the Shofixti, gave them the power of spaceflight, and so much more. The Yehat took the Shofixti's, deaths really hard. Particularly given...
So, The cowardly slug spawn has returned. You were most fortunate last time, you hideous, toothless freak. But this time, I shall surely destroy your vessel. You slithering eater of putrid hairballs.
Particularly given how the Shofixti went out by detonating a precursor bomb in the outermost layer of their sun, obliterating dozens of Ur-Quan dreadnoughts, not to mention their own species. Really being blaming me, slash the Ur-Quan for killing the Shofixti, that's fucked up. They did that to themselves. Does that come across as victim blaming? No. Those are mighty words, a dripping, snout-rotted little furball.
I will hang your withered reproductive organs from my posterior monitor.
Now, if we do annihilate Tanaka, which is incredibly easy to do, the game chucks you his brother. Hey, maybe.
I see you're back for even more humiliation. You flatulent Ur-Quan puss cup.
Maybe we'll give you another shot. Look, Donkey Ref, one more Insulted Vapor City for you. You know what? I could speed through this. Why don't we marinate in our Shofixti dialogue here? Don't you know the war is over?
For me, it will never be over.
Yes, this is costing me fuel. Every time to do this. Don't you gravity sling yourself into self-destructing. You calm the hell down.
I'll kill you this time, you pitiful, withering fancier of herd animal excrement.
Look, Tanaka, the war is over. Really?
For you, perhaps, fat, cowardly Lord Lug.
Uh-oh, you gotta reach me? It takes time to warm up the emergency warp. You can be harmed during that time. I have not shown that off in this revisit thus far. Have I?
I'll kill you this time, you pitiful, withering fancier of herd animal excrement.
Gee, if that's the way you feel, then, maybe what? Fuck it. I'll be on my way.
Oh, no, you don't.
Don't worry, if I run myself out of fuel, I'll just call them El Norme. And if they blow up my glory device, they use the glory device to blow up my ship, it would be funny, wouldn't it?
I'll kill you.
Look, you're getting me really pissed off. Stop attacking and talk.
Too bad.
I like to think that maybe if you didn't get the Mel Norme's advice, you could puzzle this one. Might only need to save and load once.
I'll kill you.
And so that section has been cleared out. Well, the whole bit about the allies. This section, we already know where this leads as we do this. So look, Donkey Breath, one more insult and it's Vapor City for you.
Why, you wallowing, phlegm-filled, grunty belly licker, you... Hey, Ur-Quan never insulted me before. Who did you say you were?
I am Captain Grimith from the United Federation of Worlds aboard the flagship Star Luck. Cease aggression immediately. I am the nice, friendly ally who you've been trying to kill, you idiot moron redhead. I am the guy who you called you Donkey Breath, you violent little varmint. The captain looks up at the crew on the bridge, polling for them again like Price is Right suggestions. Yeah. I'm the nice friendly ally who you've been trying to kill, you idiot moron rathead!
Yikes! What a fool I am! When you failed to launch fightercraft, I should have guessed. Just one of those mistakes you make in war. Suddenly, Your words ring in my ears. Captain, is this true? Have the Ur-Quan been destroyed? Has the ultimate sacrifice of my people resulted in freedom for the Alliance?
What the fuck do you mean my words ring true? I didn't say that shit. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, but the Alliance got its butt blasted.
I am a defeated warrior, a worthless shell. I must die.
No, wait, Shofixti, I have an important duty for you to perform. Don't do it, old warrior, you still have much to live for. Shofixti, I am now your new commander. I order you not to kill yourself, instead join our fleet fight with us. Fine, go ahead, kill yourself, you violent little weasel. Don't do it, old warrior. You still have much to live for.
Like what? My race is dead. My word is an airless rock. And I've seen all my sunroms at least 100 times. My life is over. I have already picked out a nice asteroid to smash into, so if you don't mind, I'll just go and kill myself. Unless you want to annihilate me yourself.
Some real emotional swings, yeah? From defending the system, looking out, you know, over the lifeless rock that was his home world, to encountering us, going like, that's right, I'll finally be able to take out Ur-Quan Dreadnought with me, too. After discovering the Alliance lost and that the sacrifice ultimately did not result in the Alliance being able to win, saying, well then fuck it, I'm going. Shofixti, I am now your new commander. I order you not to kill yourself, instead join our fleet, fight with us.
To fight again? Against the Ur-Quan? Yes! But no. I cannot leave my homeworld unguarded. I will remain here and keep a solitary vigil. Goodbye.
That was 2 swings. Again, even more swings. Double swings. Hello again. What's your report, Tanaka?
Nothing new to report, sir.
What were you doing here?
I guard the homeworld. I seek revenge against its destroyers, the Ur-Quan, and their vile battle thralls. I await the return of the hero Daikon, and the rebirth of my species.
I mean, it sounds like you have something to live for, then, if you're awaiting all that. That all hope is not lost. So what happened to your ship?
On my way home, I encountered a Vox intruder. Before I destroyed it, the Vox was able to affix some of those vile limpet things to my ship, and I had to return home at a greatly diminished speed. I did find one thing interesting, though, as I skimmed to the edge of Hyperspace. I dropped into Zeta Sextantis to recharge some of my depleted energy cells, so I moved into the extreme inner system. There, right next to the sun, I found a very strange planet. It messed up my sensors somehow. That's why I could not recognize your ship at first. I'd never seen a planet like that before, so maybe you should investigate.
I was writing down Zeta Sextantis, a rainbow world. So, Vox Intruder limpets combined with rainbow world antics to sabotage the Shofixti's vessel here. When we were fighting, why didn't you use your glory device?
During my battle with the Vox, I decided to employ the weapon, but I guess I used too much gusto, and the switch broke.
That's right. Tanaka cannot suicide. You know, you may have noticed glory device offline over there. Well, it doesn't get to become online. Where is your life-filled homeworld, Yabetsu?
My people blew up the sun! Or at least they caused it to flare like a nova, destroying the many hundreds of hierarchy vessels that had invaded our system to enslave us Shofixti.
If your sun went nova, how did you survive?
I wasn't here when they made the sun flare. I was assigned to a Yahat squadron as a forward scout performing deep recon in Mycon space. We were sent to investigate reports of unusual Mycon activity around Beta Brachi. I was the first ship to enter the system. My scanners showed a small fleet of Mycon clustered around the planet, conducting a test of some devices. The unit was small, not even half the size of my ship. When the Micon activated it, a glow began to radiate outward. I crept closer to get a better look. Suddenly, there was a flare, like a newborn sun, blinding me and overloading my sensors. When I recovered my vision, hours later, the Micon and their device were gone. I was able to effect repairs on my sensors and the party system, but I had been cut off from my squadron and had to travel home alone.
So, Tanaka here mentions Beta Brahi and what the Micon are guarding, lording over, worshipping, gently caressing there, and a hint as to what it can do. So this ship had its sensors damaged by that, and then a Vux intruder secondary fire, and then a rainbow world, and then ended up here, where, you know, Tanaka's just been able to hang out, alone, for all of these years. And it has been many years he has managed to survive. Not entirely 100% alone, but, you know, the only other option for dialogue I have is to tell you that you have an important duty to perform. So, just for you, and maybe your brother, anyone else, I guess we're doing this.
What might that be?
What would you think about procreating wildly? I can give you the opportunity to replenish your species. Shofixti, I have something a lot better than fun ROMs. Are you interested? The captain looks up at the crew. The crew may be less enthused about participating in this particular Price is Right game. Well, I can give you the opportunity to replenish your species. So long as you have the resource units.
I am intrigued, Captain. But what are you talking about?
We have obtained females of your species. We can make available a bevy of fecund Shofixti nubiles. What would you say to rat babes galore? We have obtained females of your species.
Great reaping mounds of happiness! You shall be honored forever, Captain, as the savior of the Shofixti race. I have been granted the ultimate reward, duty. This humble warrior will take the Shofixti maidens you possess, gently wake them, and then perform ribald feats of unsurpassed fertility. With their consent, of course. Our people shall be reborn. Your name shall be recorded in our most sacred writings for all time. Thank you, Captain, and farewell. I have urgent business to attend to.
All right, bud, your vessel doesn't have the crew capacity to fit 12 to 16 crime. I'm not even sure you could fit all the cryogenic tanks aboard your vessel. But doubtless that is the least of our problems here. And for all of you keyboard warriors warming up, ready to type in about how, you know, biodiversity and genetics are your fields of study, and how can the Shofixti race possibly, like, not end up in genetic squalor and dead ends, given how few of them there are. Let me remind you, genetic manipulation does exist in this galaxy. We are living in science fantasy video game land, and really that's the least of our problems we've encountered here this episode as far as I'm fucking concerned. Similarly, if you would like to get into the moral and ethical social ramifications of what may have been imposed upon these cryogenically frozen individuals once they are awakened, Hayes, you know, kind of brings this up when we have the decision to not awaken them. I mean, you could do that too. You could bring that up in the comments. I'm more willing to entertain that interaction. But we had our science fiction, power, fantasyville land, man. I don't... Look, there's a lot of problems. I'm not trying to excuse them all so we cannot collide with Tanaka anymore. There he goes. I did want to check out the Shofixti homeworld, though. Hold on, let me... Make sure I collide with the star. We'll go check it out. That doesn't look that toasted. It's a Selenic planet now, I believe. September 11th, 2156. No energy signatures, no biological scans, no anything. All right. Well, that was a waste of in-game time and a little smidge of fuel for me to pivot around Delta Gorno like that. But our work here is done. Hooray! Thinking about whether to just fly to Seoul directly or looks at fuel costs. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Similar fuel cost and the time savings are gonna be real. Not that I'm in any threat of hitting the time, under any threat of hitting the time limit. And again, had I run out of fuel, I gotta just use one of my casters. I got hundreds of Interstar credits. No Norme would accept it. Even if I didn't have credits, they would just begin to consume my ship to grant me enough fuel. So it'd be fine. Oh wow, look at the time. We haven't done much of anything this episode, and yet here we are all the same.
I am at your disposal, Captain.
Hey, analyze this.
The analysis reads as follows. Subject, rosy sphere device. Data, the specimen is 5 centimeters in diameter, perfectly smooth and composed of a blood-red translucent substance. Tests show that it has atypical ferromagnetic properties, but is utterly non-conductive. Summary, probably a precursor tool. Function, unknown. That's the end of our scientist's report.
I can't remember if there are reports for the other artifacts we could buy from the Druge, which are useless, those items. And I don't intend to explore that in this revisit. You can do that in your own time.
Farewell, Captain.
You go be a slave trader. Explore Hayes' dialogue while you're at it. What do you mean, slave trader? It's not slavery. The Druge said... Yeah, the Druge did say that, didn't they? Didn't they? All right, isn't that lovely? To return here and not have spent any crew? That's great. I am going to eat this ship. That way I can have, you know, sufficient elbow room. You never know when you gotta throw some bows. And that'll do it for this episode. Next time, we probably meet someone else new. Yay!